on the website. So if you want to take good, whew, that's a hard one to say. If you want to take good up close pictures, if you want to take good up close pictures, if you want to see. Welcome to CastersCorner.com. I'm your host, Cleo. I'm here for a wave of toys for Toy of the Day. We were lucky enough to get our hands on these things a little bit early. So we've been posting pictures on Instagram all day. And, well, let's take a look at the wave. So today we are looking at the new Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy wave of figures from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the upcoming movie coming out this summer from Marvel Studios. I have some thoughts on this. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. We're gonna kind of zoom through this. We're gonna have a full gallery of everybody up on the website. So if you want to take good, that's a hard one to say. If you want to take good up close pictures, if you want to see up close pictures of the new wave of Marvel Legends. Why am I talking like this? Because I'm trying to get my rhythm back. You can go to CastersCorner.com because that's where all the pictures are, and check out our Instagram as well. So what do we have? We have a wave of 7 figures plus a deluxe. Thoughts? There are some really good things. There are some really bad things. And overall, I think we're all just have a lot of Marvel Legends fatigue. I'm sure a lot of you have feeling the same way, where how many more Legends are we going to buy? How many more times are we going to go down this road? I enjoy the MCU stuff. I know some of my other friends enjoy the MCU stuff. Some people don't. Some of my friends actively hate the MCU stuff. But as you see all these pictures popping up on the screen, you can see it's a very diverse wave. And it's one of those waves where I look at it and go, you screwed up 2 things for the character selection. And then I miss 8-figure waves. I really do. I miss 8-figure waves because missing from this, well, we'll get into that. So what makes up this wave? We get a new version of Star-Lord in his new costume, which is more comic accurate. He comes with 2 blasters. Unfortunately, they don't connect to his costume at all. There is no connection. They don't clip onto his belt. They don't clip onto his thigh like the other versions have. So if he's not holding them, he can't. They're just going to be floating around your desk or whatever if you don't have him holding these things in his hand, which is a real shame. The Joe team is able to pack out their characters with all their gear, and they can hold it for the most part, almost everything they come with. These do not, and I'm really, really disappointed in that. It's a good version of Chris Pratt. All the Chris's. It's a good version of Chris Pratt. Head sculpt's really good, but honestly, it's another Star-Lord. What else do we have in here? Mantis, also very simple. I do think, I don't know, I think the head on this one is a lot more cartoony than the previous figure. This one, it might look like her. It's a really good head sculpt, but when I took the pictures, it came out a lot more cartoon comic-esque rather than looking like the actress. So she is using the same body, I believe, when I take a look at it. They're using the same body here. Nebula and Mantis share the same thing. They have different hands. One has a different arm. Nebula has a different arm, but for the most part they're the same figure. So what would it be? Oh, that would have been a really good one, right? You could have gotten Mantis. You could have gotten the parts in one box to create both of these. Extra head to create Mantis, like they did with the Dora Milaje. I've got a bunch of them over here somewhere on my desk. Were alternate heads, that would, because they're the same thing. You pop out this arm, you switch the hands, and you got a Mantis. Like, I don't know. It just seems like there's no accessories with her. She's loaded with accessories, but there are issues. So, Mantis. Nebula here comes with a pistol. Very small pistol. She comes with a larger gun that reminds me of something that Rocket might have come with in the past. But it's a larger one. She can only hold her weapons with one hand, which is her metal hand. But here's the fun part. If you remove that metal hand, you can put in the metal blade, which has no articulation on it at all. But then this open hand can't hold anything. So what's the point? Like, give her a grip hand with this other hand. Or something. Give her a holster. Give her something to hold her weapons. Maybe it has something to do with the movie, but, like, come on, guys. Like, if they're magnetized onto them, if they clip onto their belts, make the little ports so that they can fit. The other thing is, there is no painted detail on this arm at all. It is just plain, very, very gray plastic. There are a lot of sculpted details on there, and one pass with a wash would have completely changed this to a bland figure that can't really do a lot to a really well detailed figure. Karen Gillian's head is really good on here, really good sculpt work on that, so no complaints as far as the facial features. Drax, again, another plain figure, but his boots hold his knives. His knives are also just plain gray plastic. There's not a lot to them. Again, one wash over them, and I might actually do this, would give these guys so much more detail. But the look of Dave Bautista on this is just spot on. There's no doubt who this is. So, Adam Warlock, again. I know I'm bashing the wave. The plastic he's made out of reminds me more of Iron Man armor than the other figures. It's the shiny, glossy plastic on his boots. All the red spots are that shiny, glossy plastic that you're used to with Iron Man armors, which is fine. Again, there is no wash on here. So all the little detail spots that would be brought out by that is absent. And I have a feeling if customizers were to just spend a little bit of time, add a little bit of a black wash or a gray wash or something over this figure, it would take a very plain, ordinary figure and elevate it up higher. So the fact that we're paying more for these figures and they're getting less detail work on them is really disappointing. Because these are $24.99, depending on where you get them, between $24 and $27.99. That's a lot of money to be paying for things that just don't feel finished. And I think that's my biggest criticism over the figures so far. All of these figures, Mantis, Drax, Adam Warlock, the new character from the movie, all are missing the detail work. Another one in this one is Kraglin, played by Sean Gunn, who comes with, he's probably my favorite of the waves, second favorite, for the full wave. He comes with Yondu's fin on his head. He comes with the arrow with the trail behind it. You'll see in some of the pictures, he does have a knife holder on his back, and that can hold part of the trail. So it kind of looks like it's coming out from behind him, which is kind of cool. But honestly, there could have been different ways to connect this. And the arrow is not able to be separated from its trail. So when you store the arrow, this is what it looks like. Would it have killed them to give us an extra arrow? Probably not. Will I dig one out? Or possibly, you can't cut it out because it's all molded in this clear plastic. But overall, Kraglin's been in all three movies. It's nice to see him finally get a figure. And I'm thrilled to kind of round out that whole Ravagers / Guardians family that we have. Good articulation on him. He's got pin joints. Some of the ladies don't have, are pinless. That's fine. The last figure in this wave that came on his own is Rocket. This version of Rocket, it kind of looks like he has the movable jaw, but he does not. His tail is articulated, so you can move his tail around. He comes with a giant oversized gun, and he is in his Guardians of the Galaxy costume, which I personally love it. I think this might be the best version of Rocket they've done so far. He's fully articulated. He's got pegs for his feet so he can sit on a stand if you have one. There's a lot of little details to him, which are really nice. Overall, his gun also not painted. There's no wash on it. It's just a black slug of plastic. So if that's the one criticism I have, all the weapons need some kind of paint detail. It's a shame they're not here. Rocket's really good. And then you get Cosmos, the space dog, which is, again, an important part of in all three movies, in the special, holiday special. It's a really nice addition to the line. It's a full-size dog. Lots of detail to the costume. Has an articulated tail. Can be up. Can be flipped around and be down. The head is fully articulated. The helmet does come off. The legs are articulated at the hocks, at the elbows, at the wrist down here. Lots of posing options for Cosmos here. Great to have them as part of the line. Articulation in the middle of the body too. This figure might be better than some of the other figures in this line, honestly. So what's missing? Well, there is no higher evolutionary, which we've seen pictures of. There has not been hidden. It's been over a year. They definitely did have time to do it, but no higher evolutionary. No Gamora in any costume from the film. We've seen shots of her in the trailer in her in Ravager gear. There's still no Gamora. So I'm wondering if there's a 2-pack or a special edition coming out once the movie comes out that says something more about maybe where she fits in. Is she going to be in her classic Guardians costume with the rest of them? I don't know. But it's disappointing that we technically don't have a villain. I know that we think Adam Warlock is the villain, but that's yet to be seen. And finally, the deluxe figure that goes along with this wave is the teenage Groot, or the adult Groot that we saw in the holiday special. He comes with open hands and closed hands fists. He does come with a pair of wings. They are not articulated at all. They just plug in. They are a backpack. They do come in 2 pieces. But there is no articulation to them. They are what they are. That's it. And he comes with a baby Raccoon. I wonder if this is Rocket or a different Raccoon the High Revolutionary is, because technically this Groot should not be with this Rocket. It's just my thought. So I guess we'll see what happens in the film. But again, no Gamora, no Higher Evolutionary. The paint scheme on these guys isn't the best. There's not a lot of paint detail on him. There's a few passes of green, but again, there's no depth to these figures. One wash on any of these figures would really elevate these from, oh great, okay, more movie figures, moving on, we're just going to toss them in a box over there, to some of the better figures that we've seen that we know Hasbro is capable of, because we've seen it in the other lines that they do. So to pay this price, this premium for these figures, not get a full cast of the film, am I happy I have them? Yes. I love the Guardians, so I'm happy to have them. I will add them. I'm probably going to do some paint work on them because, and I don't usually do that. These should be hitting shelves in the next 24 to 48 hours. I've heard Amazon might start shipping them. You can get them at other online stores. But I am happy to have them. And honestly, of the line, these 3 are hands down my favorite to add to my collection of Guardians figures. So check out a full gallery up on casterscorner.com. Check out our previous reviews, check out our future reviews, and we'll see where we're going to go with this stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you soon.